So I don't know if it's just me, but has anyone had a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day? Like things keep on going wrong in succession and the entire day seems like a very big giant mess. Well, welcome to the Unconventional Engineer Podcast. My name is David and folks call me KJ as always. And if you haven't noticed already, this episode is going to be a mental health one. So let's buckle up and get into the episode. So before we begin, let me just share a slice of my own chaos. So on one fateful day, I woke up feeling very optimistic and enthusiastic about the day. I woke up feeling fresh, no headaches. For those who don't know, I wake up quite early, so waking up with headaches is something that is a normal thing. But waking up without a headache for me was like a no-brainer. Like this seemed like a very good day. So I woke up feeling very fresh and ready for the day. But things started going out of control. So for starters, I had some car trouble when I was going to work. In fact, it was major car trouble. It wasn't an accident or anything, but I got late to work and it didn't really ruin my day, but it didn't make my day any better. So it kind of put me in a bad mood. Now I get to work and the first thing that I'm faced with is my supervisor bashing us for work done the previous week. And I can't complain because I'm in national service. So I'm just taking it as it is. And after the bashing, we start doing the work we are supposed to do. And I find out there are mistakes in my work and this further adds to my frustration. Now I'm done with the work day and all that and I'm going home. And I experienced more car trouble. Like this is really getting out of hand. Like why is this happening to me? And at this point I was pissed off internally. Like every little thing that will go wrong will just piss me off little by little. So yes, car trouble going and coming, frustration at work, mistakes with the work I did, frustration with that. At this point I was thinking like how much worse could my day get? And I think I spoke too soon because as soon as I got home and I got out of public transport, my favorite work shirt, what I was wearing, got ripped. And that was the deal breaker for me. Like I just stood at the bus stop and just stood and then just thought about what was going on. Like my entire day had just been crap. I just stood at the bus stop and honestly, I couldn't think. I was just standing there and staring at the people that were walking around and people were I was just, staring with the ripped shirt obviously. And just staring into space and just standing at the same spot for a couple of minutes before I eventually started walking home. And after I started walking home, I don't know, I just started laughing. I know this doesn't make any sense, but I don't know, I feel like I was overwhelmed with the bad stuff that was happening, the things that were making my day bad. This is not any big deal. People have worse days. So I shouldn't be complaining, but I was just laughing. And I was just laughing. And of course, the inspiration for this episode came. So yes, so that is my story. Now let's get back to the episode. So I'm 100% sure that everyone has had some form of a bad day, something similar to this, probably even worse. No disputes there. But we need to look at how to deal with these bad days. And let me be clear by saying that I'm not come to give any cliche tips and tricks. The stuff that you hear about building resilience against setbacks and finding opportunities within bad days just doesn't really help, especially when you are going through the emotions of a very bad day. Now, what I believe is two things really. One, your mindset. So when you're in a negative state of mind, you would only acknowledge the negatives around you, and when you're in a positive state of mind, you do the vice versa. Okay, I say this like it's simple, but it's really not, because cycling yourself from one state to another can be hard, especially when you're caught up in the emotions. And in the personal experience I shared, I was already in a bad and negative mood and I couldn't see anything beyond that state. So anything that happened from then on either made my day more worse or it just didn't do anything to me. So at this point, here's what you should do. Take a moment to just close your eyes and think of whatever that clears your mind. I like to imagine a large white void and do whatever works for you, but just take a long breath and just try as much as possible to forget about everything and everyone around you and just be silent. You can do this 1 or 2 or 3 times and again focus on the nothingness and repeat the long breaths. Now after you are done, you'll notice that you feel a bit refreshed and the negative feelings just tend to die away and give you a moment to feel blank before they come rushing back. Now, whilst in that empty state, we do the second thing, that is in gratitude. Now, however bad your day has been, there must have been some good stuff to be thankful for. however little it may seem. So use this blank state we initially talked about to acknowledge the good that has happened in your day. Whatever little progress you made, just acknowledge it. Now that way, we gradually transition from a negative state of mind to a more positive one. Now, this is not to say that your problems won't come back flooding to you after a while. In fact, they will. But it's essential we take the time to be grateful, and then we can use that same gratitude of the little things to set goals for the next bright morning. Now, finally, to top it off, as you take your commute back home after that long bad day, just make sure you get the last laugh, really. Whatever that makes you happy, just do it. Don't end the day thinking about what went wrong, but we hope that tomorrow will be better.